We are here at Carlsbad High School talking about news literacy. I'm joined by teacher Doug Green. How long have you been teaching broadcast journalism?
About 22 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. I've seen a lot of change in 22 years.
Yeah, what has been the biggest change in recent years? I know we hear a lot about misinformation, fake news, because there's so many sources of news. It's a lot to take in.
I think what I love about the program is that it's very real world. So my students are covering real news. They're doing breaking news and investigative news. And how this generation consumes news is different. That's, I think, been the biggest evolution. I would love to think that they go home and read the newspaper and they watch news. And I think they do more so maybe than students who aren't in a program like this, but really they're consuming news via social media. Mm-hmm. And we spend a lot of time talking about, well, how do you vet that? And it's real world. We made a film a couple of years ago where we really took a look at the social debate around vaccines and the immune system. And how do you vet a website and know that that website is giving you the true science? Well, they learned that you need to scroll down and look at who sponsors that website. So there's been a lot of sort of real world applications for that with these kids.
What do you think your students, what's their perception of the industry? Do you think because of fake news, it's something they're maybe not interested in even getting into as their career?
I don't know that that's scared them off. I think they're aware that oftentimes today you're not always getting the real story. That there are news programs that are biased. We talk a lot about that, and they learn a lot about that. And I sort of said, you know how you can manipulate a message. So more than anybody else, you should know when you're being manipulated. And we talk about that with social media. Last week we were discussing that these platforms make money if they can keep you engaged, and they engage you by, convincing you that you need to keep scrolling. And as you're scrolling, you're selling ad time for them. So I think it's teaching them how they are being manipulated, and so they're on the lookout for making sure they don't fall in that trap.
Why is teaching young people about journalism and ethics, why is it so critical for society?
Well, I think we need to be training students to tell stories that are fair and balanced and honest and real, because we depend upon them to go out into the world and be the eyes and ears for the public. And we're very big here on being the voice for the voiceless, so they're always looking for stories about people who need to have their stories told and told honestly and accurately.
Do you think news literacy is a skill that actually needs to be taught now?
Yes, there's a lot of talk about that. Actually, is teaching students to be news literate, not just in a broadcasting program, just generally. And I think they're doing that in some of the language arts classes as well, and teaching kids to have that filter. And don't be afraid to question sources when you're reading something online or in social media, or you're reading a tweet. Well, who's tweeting that tweet, and is there a bias there?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you so much, Doug.
Thank you. Thank you.